either Time Warner or or the computer or something winds up fucking with me. So today we're going to be looking at this Razer Stealth machine. So a lot of people after I did that MacBook review were asking me about this Razer. So, and somebody was nice enough to actually come by with one. And I also managed to convince the other person to bring the damn MacBook back so that we could look at them side by side and get an idea of what's going on with both of them. So there's a couple of things that I want to go over today. As I said, I don't really like doing the whole specific benchmarks or this is the geek thing. I kind of like doing real world usage. So the first thing that's going to be particularly interesting to me, a lot of people said that, Lewis, the reason the dongle isn't working is you bought a shitty dongle. And yeah, I know the dongle worked on Jason's Dell even though it didn't work in the MacBook, but Jason's Dell is older. Even though Jason's Dell XPS 9550 uses the same USB 3.1, the same generation 2 as the MacBook, it's not as modern. This Razer Stealth is modern, so I'm very curious to see if this adapter, because everybody said, yeah, look, it uses an older spec, that's why it doesn't work. We're going to see if this USB-C to HDMI adapter, which didn't work on the MacBook, works on here. We've also got the original Apple adapter. Now, I couldn't afford to buy this a few weeks ago because it was $80. But, you know, I got my lemonade stand out front. I got Jason pouring lemonade for everybody. We're putting it into a little piggy bank, and we broke it open, and we only had about $50. And since they finally lowered the price of this adapter, we were able to afford one from the Apple Store. So we're going to see how that works out. I'd like to do an encode with FFmpeg. I'd like to see how the SSD speed is, because a big complaint in the MacBook is that the SSD in the MacBook is proprietary. So as I showed you, it's not a standard one. You can't just go to Newegg or Amazon and buy an SSD for that. This uses the Razer Stealth uses a standard SSD. So this uses a, let me just move the microscope out of the way a little bit here since we're not using it right now. The Razer uses a standard PCI Express. I think it's NVMe. Let me just double check before I make an idiot of myself here. Let's check on the site. So this uses a, where is my spec? Show me. What type of SSD are you? Oh, okay. It says PCI Express M2. Okay, so it doesn't say NVMe, but it's a PCI Express SSD. It's not say that it's using an M2 slot, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I want to see how fast the SSD is, and I'm going to do a really lame test everybody's going to be pissed about. I'm just going to take a file from my desktop. You know that file that I was encoding? I'm going to take that file from the desktop, and I'm going to copy it to another folder. Again, as I say, I like to do real-world usage case, the just basic shit that I'm going to do in the real world, and copying a file. Let's see how that works. I'm just going to time it, and I'm going to use my Android phone as the timer. So I want to see, is the SSD in the MacBook is very expensive. If you want to upgrade it to a larger SSD on this new MacBook Pro over here, it's fairly expensive, and I want to see, are you actually getting more for that, or is that just Apple tax for no reason? I want to run that same Valley benchmark. So the Valley benchmark I ran before, that U-Engine thing, that was actually at 1440 by 900 on here, quality medium. We're going to run it on here at quality medium, and we're going to see how that works. We're going to see if the graphics on this are better or worse. So just to go over some specs, this one I believe was a 2 gigahertz 6th generation. The MacBook was a 2 gigahertz 6th generation. The Razer here, let's open CPU-Z because I've already forgotten what it is. Her and I are fucking genius. Let's see. This thing over here is 2.7 gigahertz, and this is an i7. This is not an i5. This is an i7. This is an i7 that is, I believe, 7th generation. And this also has 16 gigabytes of RAM, whereas the MacBook had 8. Yeah, so the MacBook has 8 gigs of RAM. This has 16 gigs of RAM. Now, the MacBook over here, which is the 256 gigabyte drive, 250 or 256? Yeah, this is a 250 gigabyte drive. This is a 250 gigabyte drive, 2 gigahertz dual core, i5, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the drive is, you want to upgrade that, good luck with your wallet. That's $14.99 plus tax. This is the 4K version of the Razer. So this over here, let's go over Razer's website here. Let's find Razer's website. Okay, so this over here you can see Razer Blade Stealth. Razer Blade Stealth. This thing is like, they're so ripping off the MacBook with this, it's hilarious. I mean, like, look at even this little fucking thing over here. See this? Look at this little thing in the front that this little indentation over here. That is, it looks the exact same as the MacBook. Like, look at this. Like, look at this shit. Like, does this look familiar to anybody? The first thing I saw when I saw this was I just laughed. I mean, this over here is just straight up rip off of MacBook design, I gotta say. Now, what you do get with the Razer that you don't get with the MacBook, you have the USB-C port, but you also have a USB 3 type, standard Type A looking port over there. You have another one on the other side, and you also have a standard HDMI port, so you don't need a dongle. This does not come with any dongle, so like the MacBook, the Razer doesn't come with any USB-C dongle or doesn't come with any HDMI dongle. However, it just has a port, so you don't need a dongle. Now, this Razer blade, let me just show you the different configurations that you can get here. So this is one that's $15.99. This actually costs $100 more than the MacBook, but this one that this guy got, somebody was actually very gracious and left this off for me to test. So that's you noticed I have a paper towel on the desk because I don't want to. I'm trying to be nice with this shit. But so this one is 4K screen, which is higher resolution than the MacBook. I believe the MacBook is around QHD, and it's 512 versus 256. If you were to get this machine with the same, the same speed drive, similar speed drive, same processor, same RAM, all that, it would actually come out much cheaper. Yeah, why aren't you updating price? Here we go. Go Time Warner. Try streaming and shopping at the same time. So if you go with the same screen resolution and the same size as the MacBook over here, it winds up being a few $100 cheaper. And on paper it seems more impressive. You get the faster processor, you get the ports, you get more RAM. So I just want to go over a couple of things. And the first one of them all, I mean, if anybody was going to guess it, the first one that I'm interested in is this little adapter. Does my adapter work with this? I actually noticed they updated the Amazon listing, very keen, to say, don't use with new MacBook Pro. And it's like, so yeah, somebody watched my video. So this over here is a USB-C to HDMI adapter, like $31. And everybody said, you bought a shitty adapter. It's not going to work with any modern machines with modern specifications. It's a shitty adapter, blah, blah, blah. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to plug it in and see if this thing blinks. Again, I'll give the benefit of the doubt that people said Jason's laptop is older, maybe that's why it worked. But let's see what happens when I plug this in here. So the first thing I have to do is figure out which port I plug this into on the capture card. This is really something that I should have worked out before doing the damn video, but all right. Jason's microscope. I think I unplugged Jason's microscope to make this visible. Okay, so let's see if this works. And okay, ready? What? Hey, what do you know? No blinking. Let's see if I try to go on. Oh, let's test. Remember how the Wi-Fi was skipping out before and doing funny stuff? So I got to download Open Broadcaster on this Razer. Keep in mind, I'm using the cheaper adapter. All right, so now I also got to grab my little USB capture dongle. So we're going to grab OBS Studio, and we're going to see how this works. Can this machine chew gum at the same time? All right, we're going to see. Now, one thing I'm going to ask, because the live chat on these reviews is just too much of a mess. If you have a question, write question in capital letters and then a colon, and then after that, ask your question. Now, if you want to say something that's silly or funny or odd, fine. But if something that is actually being asked as a capitalized question is ridiculous, I'd ask the moderators to delete it, because last time I actually got to the point where I couldn't read any of your questions because there was so much bullshit in the chat, and I really don't want that to happen this time. So if you're saying something silly, fine. But if you're saying something silly as a question, I would just ask that the moderator delete it so I can actually get to some of the questions. So the Stealth does not have a dedicated GPU. You are correct, it doesn't have a dedicated GPU. Yes, Michael Murphy, that's correct. Lewis, which laptop is thinner? That's a good one. So I guess before I download this, let's go over to the crotch cam, and let's hope that crotch cam is actually desk cam today, because that was a mega fail last time. We're close to crotch cam. All right, which laptop is thinner? So actually, you tell me. So let's see. Can the cameraman assist us? Because I don't have the right camera. Cameraman? All right, let's help. Let's take these two. Somebody asked which is thinner. Now, I think the Razer is... You're crotch camming me. I think the Razer itself feels lighter. However, I am holding the Razer with my right hand, and, well, that one does get a lot more work than the left one. So, let's get the Razer and the MacBook next to one another. Okay, so much glare. Yeah, you guys tell me, what do you think? Eh? Oh. Oh, let's get the keyboard out of the way, because the keyboard is making the camera focus on it. GTFO keyboard. How is the build quality side by side, mainly the keyboard? The keyboards feel just about the same. However, the keyboard on the MacBook is considerably louder than this one. They look pretty much, I don't know, to me they look the same. I'm not going to get out and measure it with a millimeter. I feel like the Mac seems a little thinner, but it's not something you're going to notice in real life. So let's just go over, I guess since somebody asked, typing. So typing. Now we're gonna, I might as well change over so you can see me. Some people said, Lewis, you're purposely typing very, very loud on the MacBook. And hey, what do you know? My main camcorder just, oh, wait. Ha, there we go. So, here, this is the Razer keyboard. MacBook. The keyboards feel pretty much the same. To me, personally speaking, as somebody that's come from the Lenovo ThinkPads, both of these keyboards feel very shallow to me. I don't like them compared to the Lenovo ones. Now, I'm not saying I can't type on them. It's just you use the ThinkPad T520 or the P50, and then you use this keyboard, and it's like, you know. But they're totable. They're keyboards that you can easily type on. The Razer logo is so damn ugly. Funny you mention that, because the guy who brought this in said in the box, when you open it, it says, "Welcome to the cult of Razer." Like, if you want to copy Mac in any way, copy their cult. I mean, like, that was absolutely hilarious. Does this one have a proper CPU, aka a quad core? This one does not have a quad core. This is a dual core. However, you can get this for $1249, whereas this one is $1499, and this is a dual core 2.7 gigahertz i7, whereas this is a dual core 2 gigahertz i5. But we're going to see how the performance goes later. The main thing, first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to open Open Broadcaster, and I'm going to use Open Broadcaster with my microscope camera, and we're going to use the same little dongle that I used before. And as you saw, that worked in HDMI. Yeah. And then I'm going to try out plugging that into my microscope camera. Because again, as I said, I'm interested in how this would work for me. So how I would use the machine. And this is what I do in the real world. I use my machine to capture video from a microscope and record it for people on the internet. So being able to do that is very important to me. So we're going to plug this in here. And we're going to see how that works. Because we had a lot of people talking about, Lewis, there's US. It's the interference. You sabotaged it. You sabotaged it. So let's take a look. Also, which one is better battery life? That's the one thing I can't really do on live stream. I don't know how to test that on live stream because that I feel like that would make for a very boring stream. Like, I mean, do you want to watch the stream for 9 hours? I mean, we'll know who's president before that. Are you going to be opening the Razer? I do want to look in the bottom of it to see what it looks like. So we're going to do that towards the end. All right, so let's get Open Broadcaster over here. And... Huh? What the... Okay, we have the Brady Bunch shit going, so... All right, so I have Open Broadcaster over here. That is actually... Yeah, I have to fix the Brady Bunch thing. But... So... Oh, the other thing that drives me a little nuts on this, no dedicated buttons for left and right on the keyboard. And I know, as a person who's used to using Windows computers, I should get used to it. But it's really hard for me to get used to that. So the trackpad is a single... Oh, not display capture. I want video device capture. I'm being an idiot. All right, so let's add on video device capture. And I'm going to try to capture from the microscope. And then I'm going to just do a basic little speed test on speedtest.net and see if it fucks up the Wi-Fi. So let's do this. USB camera. No, I want my HDMI. I want the Magewell dongle. All right, so this is the Magewell dongle, and let's put something onto the Magewell dongle. So I'm going to put a DC inboard, some Apple DC inboard onto the Magewell dongle, and we're going to make that full screen, and we're going to put that in the microscope. So let's get something interesting in the microscope here. All right, so there we go. So we're capturing live from that. So I'm able to use that USB device, and I'm going to go to speed test. Now keep in mind, this is the exact same adapter that failed in the MacBook Pro. This is the adapter that just screwed me completely on the MacBook Pro. So I'm going to just open this up over here so you can see that Open Broadcaster is still capturing. And we're going to begin my test. Okay, we're going to begin my test. Begin test. Why am I doing this? I'm live streaming while doing a speed test? Am I an idiot? Wow. Did I Really? Yeah, fuck. Okay. I've run the speed test long enough for you to know that the Wi-Fi is not getting killed by it. Now let me stop the speed test before it fucks up my stream. All right. So first things first on this is that this dongle is fine. This is stop blaming this. Stop blaming this thing. It's absolutely fine. So now we're going to see if the original Apple dongle works. Because as I showed you guys before, on Apple's website, they got I mean, the reviews for this thing were absolutely terrible. So Apple, USB-C, HDMI, dongle, let's see how... I mean, it's actually down... Yeah, look at this. Okay, first things first, check out the price of it. Anybody notice something about the price? You guys notice something about the price from about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? I think that they're getting quite a bit of feedback that people don't want to pay $80 for this little thing. So as you can see, the reviews of it were not that great. So when you again, this is not third-party website. This is apple.com. You go read the reviews. It's flickering. Don't buy it. Frustrating. Doesn't work. HDMI keeps cutting out. Expensive piece of junk, intermittent video, and you can scroll through for yourself. So I'm going to take the MacBook here, and I'm going to see if it works with the original Apple adapter. Now, either way, in my opinion, this is going to be a bit of a disappointment. If it works with the Apple adapter, that means that you have to buy the special little snowflake adapter from Apple, and that you have no choice in the adapter you buy. And if it doesn't work, well, that's even a bigger fail. But either way, this is going to be a little bit disappointing for me. But let's see just how much it is. So let's just close. Let me close out all my porn and terrible things that I have on this MacBook. And we're going to plug it in, and we're going to see what it does. So let's see. So with the original Apple adapter, it actually works, and the HDMI does not cut out. So if you use the original Apple adapter, it works. If you use the third-party adapter, it doesn't work. Now, here's the part about this that's a bit troubling to me. Why do you have to use the Apple adapter in order for USB-C to HDMI to work? That's a little bit, I mean, that's just a little bit disappointing to me. Because if you look these machines up, let's take a look at this online for a sec. So let's go over to the MacBook, the new MacBook Pro. Let's see, MacBook Pro 2016. MacBook Pro 2016. This is the MacBook. We have to find the MacBook Pro. If we were to look up the specs of this thing, yeah, let's see, MacBook Pro. Here we go. Learn more. Come on, get me to specs. Get me to what's interesting. Oh, over here. There we go. These infinite scrolly websites that are made for ADD kind of screw with me. Alright. Okay, so it says USB 3.1 up to Gen 2, right? USB 3.1 Gen 2, Thunderbolt up to 40 gigabit, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. The Razer Blade Stealth, if we look at the specifications of the Razer Blade Stealth, Thunderbolt 3, USB-C, let's see, USB 3 port, super speed, but where's the Gen? Because this I actually did not show on screen last time with Jason's machine. So Jason has the Dell 9550 XPS, right? So because that was the one where I was showing this working before. Let's find the specs on this. Maybe it'll be more specific. No thanks. Dell's website sucks, man. Apple's has a okay, here we go. So USB 3.1 Gen 2, 10 gigabit, and Thunderbolt 3. So, I mean, a lot of people were saying it works on Jason's laptop because Jason's laptop uses different technology. Or, oh, you should compare it with a new laptop. But the thing is, this adapter works fine now on 2 other laptops with 2 different processors from 2 different years from 2 different brands. But it doesn't work on this. That's kind of inconvenient, I mean. Yeah, it's kind of lame. Because the thing, I mean, it doesn't come with the machine, so most of the time when you need one of these adapters, it's going to be one of those things that you wind up buying in a pinch because oh crap, I need to plug it into an external screen. And it's going to be one of those devices you buy of convenience, and you may not be near an Apple store at that time. So when you buy this, if you buy this and you ever think you want to attach it to an external screen, you'd better buy 2 of these things, and you better place them someplace where you know where they're going to be, because if you lose this, you can't buy a third-party adapter. The third-party adapter that'll work on the Dell or the Razer or the whatever else will not work on this machine, which is kind of meh. All right, so let's go over a couple of other things. So let's just see how the CPU performs. I'm kind of curious if we do the encoding thing, how this performs. So let's go over and now I had that ProRes file that I was encoding last time. And oh, by the way, you know what's so cool about this? You see this? It has an HDMI port, so I don't need to use this dongle, goodbye, this dongle, goodbye. You don't need any dongle. So I'm going to take this cable and I'm going to plug it in, and we're going to check out the speed at which it's able to encode something. So now with the MacBook, when I was encoding that file, I was using FFmpeg on the command line. I used FFmpeg on the command line. I used libx264 as a codec, CRF14, preset medium. And I got, let's see, if I look up the original review, we'll be able to see exactly what frame per second I got. Yeah, this is 1880. Okay, so I should remember this off the top of my head, but who are you kidding? So when I did that encoding test on the MacBook, come on, Time Warner, you can do it. You can fucking do it. You can load the description. You can do it. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to load, I might as well go through questions. Any flexing on the Razer? Nah, this is pretty strong. The hinges are pretty strong. The machine seems pretty sturdy. Again, if you're used to like $300 Toshibas and Acers or like the Asus ZenBook, this is not a ZenBook. Because the ZenBook is a machine that if my cat stepped on would probably fucking bend it or destroy it. This is pretty strong. All right. How long have you been? That's not a review related question. How much does the Razer Stealth keyboard flex compared to the MacBooks? Let's see if I type hard on purpose. I'm going to type really hard on purpose. I don't feel any flexing on either. The Razer does feel like... Actually, let's see. Let me do that again. I have to look at it rather than feeling it. I would say the Razer keyboard feels a tiny bit better. The flex... There's a little less flex in the MacBook. There's less flex in the MacBook. I feel like that's a subjective thing, whether or not you like it. I prefer the Razer keyboard to the MacBook keyboard, not just on sound. A little bit of flex, a little bit of bounce, I actually like that. But the MacBook keyboard does appear to flex less. Let's see. Which camera are you using for the crotch camera? That's a Sony A5100 I bought open box for $480. And yes, it really is cool. Which one has better sound? Speakers, I can't really judge because of the interference, Jason's air filter, and all that other crap. So like on the regular speakers, I'm not going to be able to tell here. But I will go over the speakers. Let's check that out right now. So but people were asking on the old stream a lot, what mic was I using? So again, you're listening to the speakers through a microphone. So the song that I used was Yuri Kane, Right Back, and the microphone, this is a DPA 4065 that I'm wearing. So let's put on Yuri Kane, Right Back, and see what it sounds like. Let's DDoS him. That's not nice, man. That's not nice, man. Rip Lewis's internet. Yeah. There's nothing you can do to me that Time Warner hasn't already done. Let's see. What Wi-Fi frequency are you using? I'm using 2.4 gigahertz. I'm using the preferred frequency of 2.4 gigahertz. Let's see. How do you do screw management when taking something apart? Good memory. Okay. On to other stuff. So, what was I just talking about? Ah, music. Okay, so YouTube, Hurricane, right back. This song is a good opening for testing these speakers. So let's see what the Razer sounds like. Am I muted? Oh, it thinks it's playing through the HDMI. There is so much cabinet resonance in this. Again, audio memory is bad, so I'm going to open it up on this one again. But yeah, that sounds like... I have a feeling the MacBook's going to kick the shit out of the Razer on speakers. MacBook? Razer. Oh, the Razer speakers are shit, man. The Razer speakers are fucking... Oh, no. No, get the... No. Hell no. The Razer speakers are shit. Like, just fucking shit. Yeah. You get what you... See, the Razer speaker sounds like... It literally sounds broken. Like, you can hear the cabinet vibrating. You hear that... Like, it's not just the speaker distorting. You can hear that this casing is vibrating along with the speakers. The MacBook... I mean, again, they're both laptop speakers, don't get me wrong. But the MacBook Pro speakers stomps the crap out of these speakers here. So, let's... Did I get to the bottom of the chat? Copyright strike upcoming. Mac speakers are way better. Yeah, again, the Mac speakers just shit on. Like, the thing is, I know what you're saying. Like, nobody listens to stuff on the laptop, but every now and then, if I'm in a hotel room and I'm listening to a YouTube broadcast or I'm listening to a podcast and it's on my laptop and I decide to go unpack something and I walk far away, I want to still be able to hear what I'm listening to. You know, and honestly, this is just, yeah, this is, oh man. These speakers suck. These speakers suck. All right. Next up on the list. What else is there to... the FFmpeg encode. All right, so let's plug this thing in. And I was looking to see what frame rate I was getting. So when I was encoding the same video with the same settings, the MacBook Pro was getting me 8.5 frames a second, right? So I had 8.5 frames a second. So now we're going to see what I get on this. So let's get this on the screen here. I'll shrink myself. I don't deserve to be taking up this much of the screen. All right. So, and I got this little Intel power thingy here. So we'll see if we start throttling or anything like that. I also got this little crystal disk thing, but I'd honestly rather test this just by copying a file. All right, so cmd.exe, ffmpeg broadcast. Oh, it's on the desktop. There. CD desktop. I made this user just for this. ffmpeg broadcasts. CV, libx264, preset medium. So this is a U processor. So it's 7500U, but I'm getting 9.9 frames a second. So the processor, it's not a bunch faster than the MacBook, but do keep in mind that you can get this processor in this machine for cheaper than you get it in the MacBook Pro. And it is encoding video a little bit faster. which is pretty cool. Yeah, frames per second. You get 9 frames per second here. And on the MacBook, I was doing the exact same encode. I was getting... What was I getting on the MacBook? 8.6. So it's pretty close, but for less money, you get a little bit better CPU performance. It's not a huge difference. It's not like, again, it's not the difference between quad core and dual core, but it is a slightly better CPU. Now let's see if we can. I'm kind of curious how the graphics is on this. It's going to be weird because I'm doing one benchmark on Mac and one benchmark on here. And to make it fair, I should unplug the HDMI. Before I do that, let's do the simpler one of just timing copying a file. Actually, I'll just time copying a file here. So this is this broadcast file over here, right? So I'm just going to copy that file. It's 8.72 gigabytes. I'm just going to copy it over to another folder and see how that works. Let's see. The comments. Hillary did 9/11. What? Hillary didn't do what? All right. One moment here. Let's see. The fun part of doing reviews while at work. Okay, so what was I about to do? I was going to copy my broadcast file over and I'm going to time it. And my phone is almost dead. All right, I think my phone will last long enough for me to run stopwatch. So let's try stopwatch here. I'm gonna do this in the most noobish way possible. I'm going to copy that file to another folder and I'm going to time how long it takes on my clock application. Okay, let's reset. Okay. So I guess I'll just copy it to the pictures folder. Alright, so I'm going to copy this file. So this file over here, so we can see, is 8.72 gigs. We're going to copy this file over here. And this is as ghetto as it gets. Bam. "12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds. 1, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so 25 to 26 seconds for the Razer to copy that file. Now let's see how long it takes for the MacBook to copy that file. It's the same file. We're going to plug it in. And let's put it on screen. Damn, this is a very tight HDMI port. That's an incredibly tight HDMI port, actually. No signal. No signal. No. All right, now I have to get the proper dongle. Got to get the proper dongle. Because dare I use a different dongle than the fucking snowflake dongle. Okay, so we have the snowflake dongle. We got the special little snowflake dongle. Because this machine's a special little snowflake that will only work with the Apple dongle. I kind of, what? Your non-Apple certified HDMI. My non-Apple certified HDMI cable. Yes. Hey, look, USB-C multi-port adapter update. They're listening. What's up? Okay, we're going to try and take this file. So where is my file? So this is broadcast.mov. We're going to copy that file. Let's go to a different folder. Let's go to Documents. All right. We're going to do the same thing. So 25 to 26 seconds for the Razer to copy that file, and we're going to copy that same file to another on the Mac. So here's where we find out. Is this SSD much better, or are you just paying an Apple tax on it? And... holy crap. Dude, it's almost done. We're not even at 10 seconds yet. What? Holy shit. Oh my god. The MacBook Pro smokes the Razer. At least in the drive. Look at this. Okay, so the MacBook Pro copied it in 11:47. Let's just round it up to 12 seconds. I rounded the Razer up to 26. The Razer copied the file from one folder to the other in 26 seconds. The MacBook did it in 12 seconds. Less than half the time. Okay. We can bitch about the MacBook SSD having a proprietary interface, but you can't bitch about the price to performance ratio. I gotta say, I mean, that's fucking fast. That's fast. You saw that, right? 12 seconds. The Razer took 26 seconds. The Razer took twice as much time to copy the same file. Jeez. That's why you don't benchmark by copying a file. Okay, so you want me to, because regular people run benchmarks all day. They don't move files. File transfer in Windows is garbage because of NTFS. Yeah, it is part of the experience. When you buy the Razer, you don't buy it to put OS 10 on it. I can say that much. Don't copy a file to benchmark. WTF. Okay, fine. We'll run a different benchmark. So, okay, just to make you happy, we'll run Crystal Disk Info on the PC. People are raging. They want to buy the Mac. They want to buy a Razer so that they can put OS 10 on it. Because that's what everybody does. People buy the Razer to not use NTFS. That is just... we buy the Razer because we don't want to use NTFS. We use ext4 on Windows with the Razer. Open a file, copy a file on Linux. Linux with touchscreens is scary. All right, so let's see. Crystal Disk Mark. So we're gonna run. Let's set it to 2 tests at 1 gigabyte file. 1 gigabyte file, 2 tests. Let's see what read and write is. Are you happy now? We're using benchmarking software. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Here we go. You little snowflake. You snowflake. All right, well, watch what you get. These guys want to use FAT32 on the Razer. You snowflake mofos.
They actually do have a point though, like built-in Windows 10 file copying is absolute shit.
How does Microsoft not get file copying right in 2016 though? I mean, I'm not saying I disagree, but if that's true, that's really sad.
Are you benchmarking?
Yeah, I'm running it right now. They don't want to see file copy.
You can install Terra copy.
There's a... yeah, let's see what this... realistically speaking, 99% of the population is not buying a Razer to install OS 10 and Hackintosh it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's see what we get. Come on, benchmark, benchmark, benchmark. Mm-hmm. So what program do you want to see me benchmark the Mac then? What program? Say in the comments which program you want to see benchmark the Mac SSD. What are the DD speeds on each? That would be interesting. Files. Blackmagic. Okay, Blackmagic. So now, just so that nobody trolls, what settings would you want me to use on Blackmagic? Any specific configuration, or just run it as default? What would you like me to do? I'm gonna follow your guys' lead. I will follow your lead. So let's see. We can set this up for 1 gig, and we'll output that. Yeah, Blackmagic default. All right. Check the power settings and use better performance. Plug to wall. We're plugged in the wall. We're plugged in the wall. Tired. I believe we have results. Am I being mean by saying that this is that 500 megabyte per second write on a PCI Express SSD is not incredibly impressive? I mean, for SATA that's impressive, but that as a write speed is not. I mean, most people are going to be doing reading more so than writing, so I get it, but the only time I was doing a lot of writing was when I was when I didn't want to overload my laptop processor, so I was writing 2 raw video streams at the same time to these 2 SSDs. But yeah, this is kind of, not the most impressive thing in the world. Alright. Is the Razer keyboard spill resistant? I'm not sure. I mean, again, it could be inexperience with benchmarking because I don't do this every day, but I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just not saying that this is impressive. I would expect these write speeds or something. I would expect those write speeds for like SATA. Please use Cinebench. Alright, let's check out the MacBook. Let's check out this thing. Well, let's check out this using the special snowflake dongle. I'm not calling it the OEM dongle. It's the special snowflake dongle. Because dare you use something other than that? It doesn't want to work right. All right, so let's unplug this so I don't wind up beating it onto the floor. And we'll plug this thing in. MacBook Pro / Razer Stealth. Let's see. Okay, let's plug this thing in. We have it plugged into the wall, and we've got our special snowflake adapter. What IP rating do they have? That's a good question. How is the touchpad on the Razer? It's pretty good. Keep in mind, I'm biased. I'm a track point person. I like that little nub in the middle. But this is not a bad track point, because you have to keep in mind that most Windows machines have garbage trackpads. And one thing I want to go over on this is actually the touchscreen version. So I want to see how good the touchscreen is. I'm going to put a schematic on the screen and scroll around it. Let's see. So let's start with this. So we have settings, 1 gigabyte, speed test, start. All right. I haven't used this program before, so let's see. Are you going to... what are you doing now? Oh, I'm such a noob. Does Wi-Fi work with the special snowflake adapter? Good question. Look at all these Wi-Fi networks. Well, it does see Wi-Fi at least. What do I want to connect to? Linksys? Linksys is the universal ISP. Hit start, ass. That is start. Hello. Start. You got to use 5 gigs. All right. It's 5 gigs. This is some funny looking SSD test. Seems like write is getting better. Yeah, write is I don't trust that app for a second. Hey, dude, this isn't a proper I/O test. Then, this is the one without the touch bar. Bottom right results. All right, get rid. Jason, how do you get rid of this annoying thing on the bottom? Dude, I use a Mac for Safari and Migration Assistant. This crap. I want the results to show up without it. I'm a noob.
The dog?
Oh, there we go. I just moved. Yeah, how do you get rid of this stupid shit?
Are you seriously?
I don't fucking use this thing.
You're fucking.
I feel old. Why no touch bar? If somebody wants to drop off a MacBook with touch bar for me to look at, I'll take it. Should test the drives in a vacuum to ensure perfect environmental variables. Dude, it's measuring better in the benchmark program. It copies stuff better. Let's... Yeah, yeah, the SSD on this thing is... Can you go into settings, display scaling? Well, I can, but then it screws up. This capture card can't capture 4K, so it limits me to 1080p on the screen. All right. Who won the elections? I have no idea. I have no idea, man. All right, so what... Let's see. We did Unigen on this thing, too, so let's check that. Let's see how that does on the Razer. I don't know, little Razer. I'm not going to say the Razer's bad. I just had this expectation of the Razer like kicking this thing's ass, and yeah, that didn't happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked that it has ports. But besides that, I'm just not as sexy as I thought it was. All right. Somebody said go to power and see if it's set it to high performance. So let's do that. I'm pretty sure this thing's not so stupid that if I have it plugged in and I'm running a benchmark that it's gonna give me shitty performance. But just to make you happy, I will go over that. All right, let's see. High performance. So I'll rerun the SSD test just to make you happy. Just to make you happy. That's why we do this live. We're going to make it. Alright, so we're on high performance now. And we'll rerun the SSD test. We'll rerun this thing and see if we get anything different. Something tells me that write's going to show up exactly the same. Spoilers. Huh? Who is this guy that keeps yelling that... What? One second. Alright, this is going to take a second to run anyway. I do have to work for a second. Wow. Okay, pretty much the same shit. Dude, the write speed on this is just not that... yeah.
Razer?
Yeah. Start yelling 5 gig GB. Fine, fine. Okay, I see your comments. I see them. I don't have 5 GB, I have 4 or 8. What would you like me to choose, chat? 4 or 8? What do you want? You don't have 5, you get 4 or 8, man. 4 or 8, 4 or 8, 4 or 8. Okay, I'm gonna choose 4. If everybody keeps saying 5. I'm gonna choose 4. Somebody whose name that I can't pronounce says 4. Ba-bam. And we go with 4. Person whose name I can't pronounce wins. Jason, mod my chat. Jason, are you in there? Here, say something so I can mod you.
It's not gonna work, dude.
What?
It's gonna disappear by the time I save it.
Just say something. I'm watching right here. You're gonna get We're gonna make Jason start modding the chat. Paul Daniels is getting his ass kicked by himself. No, it wasn't your name, but oh my god, that's even harder to pronounce than the first one.
I said something, I don't know if you saw.
What's your name is dumbass22333?
No, what is this?
I don't see micro soldering supply.
Everyone else sees something.
I'm not paying attention. Jason, you're lying. I'm being trolled. This is actually kind of funny. This is a good... I mean, this is low quality trolling, but it does kill time while we're waiting for the benchmark to finish. Steve, are you reading this chat? This is... I am micro soldering supply. Oh. Paul says so many fucktards in this channel, not enough bad havers. You didn't say anything, Jason. Say something again, man. You just don't want to mod. That's what it is. You think if I see that you're a good mod of the chat, that I'm going to have you post in the forum and answer all of you know who's questions. Wait, you're... Okay, we ran it at high performance. And you happy? We ran it at high performance in 4 gigs. The write speed on this is still sad. It's so sad. It's so bad. Jason, get to work. It's so sad. It's so bad. It's not the worst SSD in the world, but man, not, yeah, oh. Again, you get a big SSD at a reasonable price. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying that the Apple, yeah, I'm happy with the Apple one. Watch how many people are going to say that I'm an Apple fanboy now because I said one good thing about it. You know, you say something good about something, you say something bad, it has to be that you're biased. I will say, this thing, it copies stuff faster, it benchmarks faster. The CPU is a little slower, but let's check out graphics. So Valley benchmark. So this is that U-engine thing. I'm going to unplug HDMI because I didn't have HDMI plugged in for this, so it would be unfair. Now, resolution is 1440 by 900. You may say that's not the native resolution, but that's the resolution that we ran the MacBook at. It would be unfair to run these at... It would be very unfair to run these two at different resolutions. The quality was at medium, preset custom, and we're going to see how this works. So it's plugged in, it's set to high performance. So anybody want to make any comments about how I'm running the benchmark wrong before I run it? What do we have here? Anybody? 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 I will say the new MacBook has a couple of good things about it. And personally, this is the touchscreen, but I gotta say that screen looks better than this one. We have to go over how good the touchscreen is when we go. Well, I have to put a PDF on here. Let's see. You're doing it wrong. You're running the benchmark wrong. Not 8x. No, I didn't use any anti-aliasing on the MacBook. Delete system 32 to go faster. Okay. Paul. Paul, help me. All right, we're going to unplug HDMI so this isn't crazy slow. And we're going to put my regular... I'm kind of liking this new capture card. What do you guys think? Look at that no signal thing. All I got to do is get it to beep when there's no signal and go... boop. This is a test of the broadcast system. That would be kind of cool. All right, so we do this. We're back here. And we're going to run, and we're going to hit F9, because God knows I didn't hit F9 last time. You were all kind enough to remind me. All right, so. Come on. F9. Listen to how distorted this shit sounds. Dude, these speakers suck balls. Like, these are almost as bad as my T520. And my Lenovo T520 has some of the worst speakers on any laptop you will ever hear. And I think these are almost as bad. Not as bad, but almost as bad. Turn the volume down. Yeah, this is disgusting. Where do I got volume? Volume. Oh, function this. Yeah, this ugh. Crotch cam. I want a crotch cam. That's the logo. You gotta copy Apple and have a lit logo on the back. My phone that I'm charging. Okay, we're running the benchmark. Now let's see what this was before. 16.9 or 1610? It's 1440 by 900. Don't ask me to do math, man. Don't ask me to do math. You're hurting me with the math. Okay, so the MacBook score was... Where was the MacBook score? MacBook score was... Where? Shit, I forgot. Let's see. Okay, the U engine was 1169, I believe. 1169 is what the MacBook got. Let's see what this thing gets. You know what I could do? This was such nice music when it was coming out of the MacBook. Sounds like cock and balls coming out of the Razer. I'm going to restart OBS since it just gave me a dropped frame. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so the score that I got was 920. Yeah, quality. Yeah, that's 920. This you're supposed to kick the shit out of the MacBook. What? Okay, somebody in the chat, tell me I ran this wrong. Tell me I ran the test wrong, man. Somebody in the chat, tell me what I did wrong. Cause this, I'm sorry. Are we saying that the machine with the better processor actually did worse in the graphics test at the same resolution and the same quality settings? So quality medium, 1440 by 900, 1440 by 900. You ran test wrong. Tell me what I did wrong. Because if somebody doesn't tell me what I did wrong or I could actionably reproduce it here, then I'm going to say that the MacBook Pro just beat the Razer with a shittier processor? What? Try closing all the shit in the background. Dude, I ran the MacBook with everything open. Drop test. Sonny, I'm not doing a drop test. Fuck you. This belongs to somebody. Actually, Jason, do we have any of Sonny's machines here? Do we have any Sonny machines? Can you bring me one and he wanted us to do a drop test. Tell me we have a machine for one of Sonny's customers here.
One of his SSDs and do a disassembly on it. A teardown.
Yeah, let's do it. Does he have any data recoveries here? We could do a teardown of what the inside of a NAND chip looks like. How do you like that, Sonny? Okay, test wrong, pick 5 GB. Dude, you're in the wrong page, man. You're in the wrong page. You ran it wrong. It's running on integrated graphics. Yeah, but isn't this integrated graphics, man? To my knowledge, this does not have a discrete GPU. Neither of these have a discrete GPU, by the way. This doesn't have a discrete GPU, and this doesn't. But based on the processors, I would expect this to at least be on par with the MacBook. Cool it down. Use the basic preset. Do a kick test. Reball the GPU. Yeah, I shouldn't have expected anything from chat. Paul Daniels, what should I do? What should I do? All right. You can use a dedicated GPU in the Razer Stealth. All right. So you show me what I do. Tell me what to do, and I will go ahead and do it. This is the beauty of a live stream review. If you think I'm doing it wrong, you can tell me what to do. You move laptop and adjusted volume. Yeah, that's what it did. Dude, come on. You sound... Thermal throttled when ran with horrible GPU. Windows power. Windows is on high performance, man. This is the wrong Razer laptop. It is the Razer Stealth. Right-click on the app and select the GPU to run it with. Connect external GPU. Dunk it in a freezer. Call Linus. MacBook Pro has Iris Pro, Stealth doesn't. Apple has Iris and Razer has HD. Okay, so I'm going to go with the graphics performance on this thing. Holy shit, this is hot. Dude. It's like a frying pan under here. Okay, so the Razer Stealth graphics is behind this. So this is ahead by a little bit in CPU performance when encoding, but quite a bit measurably behind in graphics. And it is also behind in the SSD copying speed. Yeah. So it's behind in the SSD. It's behind in the graphics. It's behind in the speakers. I mean, the only pro I'm getting of this thing so far is ports and higher res screen, but the screen itself doesn't look as cool as the MacBook one. Anyway, so let's check out how the touchscreen is on this, how responsive it is. So I'm going to copy a PDF schematic on it, and we're just going to scroll through it, because that's one thing that the Razer has that the MacBook doesn't, is a touchscreen. And a lot of people say that, it's silly of me to care about this stuff. It's, touchscreens are toys, they're not real, and I would like a good touchscreen. I forget the model, but somebody who actually came to the board repair class was, what was I saying? Somebody who came to the board repair class came with this touchscreen, and I was scrolling through it, and I was so jealous because that thing was amazing. And Jason's too. I'm jealous of that. Like when he wants to go to the next page to see a power rail or something, he's like, zing. Like what? I have to do this. So it is actually pretty cool. There's some mat underneath the Razer. If by mat you mean a single paper towel, dude, if you're telling me that this is causing the thing to fucking throttle, no. Get the fuck out of here. A bounty paper towel. No. We're getting dangerously close to you're holding it wrong territory here, because the MacBook was wrong with the paper towel. The MacBook doesn't even... Look, this thing doesn't even have a vent on the bottom of it. Look. Nothing. So no. That's not it. Don't tell me I'm holding it wrong. I'm seeing responses here on the Razer that are very damn close to you're holding it wrong, and that's just... No. Okay, so we're going to copy a schematic, and we're going to see how well it works. So we're going to copy some schematic for an old Apple piece of crap. What? You have the Razer Stealth, Blade Stealth, not the Pro. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. Vent in the bottom is bad if you block it with paper. Okay. Would you like me to run it on the desk like this? How about I run it under the air conditioning vent? You know what? You know what? Just to make you fucking happy. Just to make you happy. Not only am I going to run it over here, I'm going to run it right where the air conditioning vent is directly blowing on it. Okay. You're getting as bad as some of the Apple stuff now. But what we're going to run it over there. I'm going to do the touchscreen demonstration, and after that, we're going to rerun the program where not only is there's no paper towel to impede the airflow, but we're going to run the test where the air conditioning vent, which is a 38,000 BTU Friedrich in a 100 square foot office, is going to be blowing directly onto the Razer. And if at that point you ain't happy, then I don't know what to say. Hold it right. You're clicking wrong. All right, so let's check this out. By the way, did you notice I could plug a USB drive in with no dongle? No dongle. I got it. I mean, that's one thing I give the Razer credit for. They did put ports on it. That was mighty kind of them to put ports on it. Okay, so let's see. I'll open it with... Internet Explorer is the default program in Windows 10 to open a PDF. Really? You know, this trackpad actually gets you thinking like a Mac after a while. See, the thing is, you saw how I went for Control-Click, right? Because I thought I was using a Mac because there's only one button on the trackpad. Like, you use this thing long enough and you actually start thinking. It kind of screws with your head. All right, so let's download Sumatra PDF because that is the superior PDF reader. It's actually Edge, not IE. It's same shit. It sucks. It's not a real PDF reader. Give me... Same shit. Same difference. I don't want either of them. I want a real PDF reader. Give me my Sumatra PDF reader. There is 2 buttons in the trackpad. Yeah, but look, there's no buttons. The trackpad itself is the buttons, and the Best Buy doesn't get to advertise on my stream. GTFO. Have you tried turning it on and off again? You are looking at the Razer wrong. That is why it is not working right. Edge is BS. I'm glad somebody agrees. Okay, so we're going to start my PDF reader, and we're going to open my PDF, and let's see how this touchscreen works. Let's see how the touchscreen works. Is this going to be a shitty touchscreen? Like when we have this HP Touch Smart machine in the front just for people to sign with their signature, and oh man, HP touchscreens was such shit. Hey, it's kind of nice. Yeah, let's zoom in on it. Actually, this is a great time to use crotch cam. All right, we're going to go on crotch cam. All right, move this up. Oh no! It's going to throttle while I'm using the touchscreen because I have a paper towel under it. No! Hello. Oh, duh, I'm not zoomed in. It's all right. It's not a... Yeah, it's not the most responsive in the world. But then again, I'm not... Jason, what PDF reader do you use on your Dell? What PDF reader do you use? Okay, I'll use the Adobe one, because it feels better on Jason's laptop than it does on this. I gotta say, Jason's laptop, it feels much better. So let's get Adobe PDF reader. I'm going to use the Adobe one. I want to see if it's the touchscreen that feels better on Jason's, or if it's a... Adobe DC? Yeah. Look at you with your official PDF reader. I guess Sumatra is for old people that use a trackpad and a track point.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that.
Yeah, I like Sumatra. 90 megabytes for a PDF reader. Jesus. What a bloated pile of Jason, which Dell? He has the XPS 9550. I like Jason's Dell because it doesn't require a special snowflake adapter. You can use any USB-C adapter. Does yours have an HDMI port on it?
Of course.
Of course it does. It's a standard laptop. Why would it not have an HDMI port on it? Yeah. It's a clitoris, not a track point. It's a track point. It's a track point.
I think they'll make you sign in, actually.
What?
Adobe makes you sign in to use it.
They're gonna make me sign in to use a fucking PDF reader?
I think so. I think you have to have Adobe account, yeah.
What? Fuck this. I'm stuck at the mall because my dad left his keys in the car, so I'm watching this while I'm waiting for AAA. Wow. Question, how does it handle porn?
Yeah, 4K porn, dude.
What? USB-C is the future. But again, I don't mind USB-C being the future if it's you can use any adapter that you want. I mind it being the future when you can only use the special snowflake adapter provided by the manufacturer. Say what you want about this being a piece of shit. This adapter worked perfectly, 110% fine, on 2 different machines. The PDF reader is, let's see. Okay, hey Jason, it didn't make me sign in. Awesome. Make it my default. Yes, of course you want to be my default. Wow, get the fuck. Go away. Ah, this is painful. I hate Adobe's PDF reader. But if it does a better touchscreen, let's go for this. Let's see. Models. Oh, they copied Apple on the multi-touch and the trackpad on this. That's nice. Okay, let's get rid of this window on the side. Tool. Okay, there's something on the side that I can't figure out how to get rid of because I'm a noob shit. We're gonna... oh well. Pain in the ass. Alright, so... we got my special adapter. We got this. Look at that glare. Alright, do this. Come on. Come on, camera. You can do it. Come on. You can do it, little camera. Okay, maybe I should lower the brightness on the screen or something. Yeah, there we go. I used to have to do that when I was pointing the camera at the TV years ago. Alright, so. Shh. Can I see your Dell for a second with a schematic? Okay, let's see. If I want to find this resistor and get the value. What? Okay. Let's check out Jason's Dell. Do you have a schematic open?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one's a little frustrating. I'm not sure if Jason's is going to be frustrating. Huh?
Does that have to be non-Apple schematic?
It can be anything. Who cares at this point? Somebody wants this. Okay, now do you have any porn open?
No.
Are you sure?
Good. Yeah.
There's nothing's gonna there's like no names, no nothing. Because you're gonna get they're gonna fuck you. You know they're gonna fuck you. All right, let's check Jason's laptop. Yeah, they're just equally frustrating. For some reason, I thought the Razer was more frustrating than yours. It's a standard touchscreen. Like, look at how. There's a delay. There's an obvious delay on both. All right, so it's a PC touchscreen. It is what it is. I mean, this reinforces the fact that I don't want a touchscreen on my PC. I used to think I wanted a touchscreen on my PC, but I think, I feel like the only PDF reader that's been any good was the one that, there was a PDF reader that came with Windows 8. The default PDF reader with Windows 8 was actually pretty decent with the touchscreen. But every other piece of software kind of sucks. So, I mean, yeah, you do get a touchscreen with this, but I really don't want to touch the screen of my computer yet. It's kind of annoying and frustrating.
It's an inconvenience.
Yeah. No, I mean, because I was expecting it to be like using a phone.
Right?
It's laggy as hell. It's fucking annoying. Touchscreen is yeah, the Razer's touchscreen is shit, but Jason's touchscreen is shit too. I don't think it's the screen that shit. I just think it's the entire operating system, software, and ecosystem, whatever.
I think that's why Apple's staying away from that.
Open the PDF in Chrome. All right, I'll open the PDF in Chrome. Let's install Chrome. See, this is the fun of doing this live. I get some nice... Open the PDF in Chrome. All right. But also, I have to remember, I have to run the test next to the air conditioning. They said that, you know why they said the score on this is lower than the max? Because I have the paper towel under the machine.
Oh my god.
I know, this is like...
Razer fanboys are
Dude, Razer fanboys are worse than Apple fans. Oh my god. This is... Anyway. Are you reading this? It's hard. Okay. Let's install Chrome and open the PDF in Chrome. Yeah, I don't believe in... I don't want to touch my screen yet. I mean, I know that everybody is saying that's the future. You're going to want to touch your screen, but there's only one experience ever where I wanted to touch my screen, and I forget the exact model of the laptop. It was Matthew something in the summer class of practical board repair last year. I got to find out who he was and what program he was using, and also if I'm remembering it as better than it was, because that was really good. Like the schematic at 1366 by 768, it was great. Not Chrome, Edge. Hey, make up your mind, man. What browser you want me to open it in? Open it in fucking Edge. Okay, I will fucking open it in fucking Edge. You raging fanboy. You raging. Okay.
Someone's a fanboy of Edge?
You rage. Let's see what I get. Use Edge. Use Edge. Use Edge. Fine, I'll use Edge. Let's see. Edge. Okay. Open Edge. Paper towel would affect as a heat loss barrier. Dude, you're no. It's yeah, there's a desk under it. It's gonna, I mean, come on. All right, so let's see. Okay, all right. You guys are right. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. Check out how awesome Edge is, actually. Yeah, this is what it was. You were right. This is what it was. When I'm wrong, I'm fucking wrong. Look at how smooth this is. Look at how sexy this is. Watch. It's instant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. This is actually really sexy.
Holy shit. Same thing with Jason?
Jason, can you open your PDF on Edge?
I think I uninstalled that.
Dude, but Edge... Okay, Edge may be a fucking shit web browser, but dude...
That's instant.
I take it back, man. I take it back, you edgy fanboy. I'm an edgy fanboy now. Edge is pretty... Dude, this is sexy. Holy crap, I'm cumming my pants at this. Oh my god. This is amazing. Look at this. Look at this. Oh. Dude, I don't want... Can I buy a touchscreen? I don't want to keep doing schematics and board repair with a mouse anymore. This is fucking hot. This is beautiful. This is what pisses me off about the Lenovo P50 and P70.
Yeah. Why don't you load up schematics in that?
What?
Load up schematics.
Because I don't want to buy this thing. This is a schematic.
Oh,
Yeah, look. Watch, you want to go to U7000, something familiar?
yeah.
Dude, this is sexy as hell. Okay, let's see how that compares to Jason's Dell. Now, keep in mind, Jason's Dell may be faster because I'm not going to have the paper towel on the desk. That may be impeding performance. That may be Jason, you sure you don't have any porn open on the taskbar? Any email applications?
You're good.
Yeah, Jason's Dell is pretty much just as fast.
And that's Edge?
Yeah, this is Edge. Dude, this kicks... Why are you using Adobe?
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, what did I do? Here we go. Yeah.
That's my SATA 3 SSD.
No, this is great. I gotta say, okay. Try Chrome to compare, please, please. Fine, fine. Once again, you need a paper towel from Razer. Yeah, that's right. I need a Razer paper towel. I need a special snowflake paper towel. The same way you need a special snowflake fucking dongle for the Apple.
Wait, let me give you a Razer paper towel.
Yeah, give me your Razer paper towel. Okay, so Chrome. Let me find Chrome. I'll get Chrome. We'll open the PDF in Chrome for you. Now try Chrome. Okay. Okay. What?
Now you're just reviewing PDF readers.
Yes, now how the fuck do we get into reviewing PDF readers? Okay, choose another app. Choose another app. And where's Chrome? Where's Chrome? Chrome. Look for another app on here. Da.
You feel any different on that?
Mm.
Do they have macros? Do they what? Macros? Yeah, I think so. I think you can configure them, but I don't think you mean like dedicated hotkeys? Yeah, like
No.
Yeah. What with the macros? Yeah.
Okay, let's see how Chrome does now. No. Fuck Chrome. This is shit. All right, let's put it on. Get the brightness. Dude, what the fuck? What is this? Game Boy touchscreen? Look at this. Look at how slow. This is like a BlackBerry Storm. Anybody here remember the BlackBerry Storm 9530? No. Fuck this. Back to Edge. Woo. What? Yeah, Edge wins hands down. Dude, Chrome is shit. Try Firefox. No, man, no. I tried. No. We're not. This is not a PDF reviewer. All right, so the touchscreen is actually very useful on this. The touchscreen is pretty useful on this. So like we've gone over a lot of the benchmarking stuff. I mean, what are the questions now? Let's see if we get questions that are any useful. Besides using Firefox, this is not a PDF review. This is not a fucking PDF review. Enable hardware acceleration in Chrome. Oh. But Edge already works without having to enable stuff. Test Safari. Lewis PDF tips. All right. Yeah. How common is previous generation's MacBook Pro Retina anti-glare screen coating damage? Very common. Very, very common. I'm not sure if it's fixed in 2015 because it takes a few years for it to get screwed up. Test Netscape, please. Test links. Links. They wanted me to test a text browser with a PDF and a touchscreen. What the fuck? Can it vape? Come on, give me a real question. What's that? I haven't seen it. With the lighting in this office? Can you test the touchscreen with a 360p YouTube video? Sure. What 360p YouTube video do you want me to look at? Actually, Jerry Rig Everything has a 360p YouTube video. Let's go over that. Jerry Rig Everything YouTube. He went to Thailand or something, and he did a video from Thailand. So let's check that out. Okay, I kind of want to touch my screen now. Thank you, Edge. It's going to be hit or miss whether the software you're using is worth a shit in touchscreen. I like touching my screen now. I like touching my fingerprint-riddled screen now. Okay, here we go. How well does Bonzi Buddy? Bonzi Buddy! You used iMesh instead of Kaza, didn't you? iMesh, man. Okay, full screen. Full screen. Yeah, alright. That's Zach. And if I look up, I'm probably going to see an elephant's asshole. Let's see. Let's see how if I can find the elephant's asshole for all of you. It doesn't. That tusk moving back and forth is a little slow. Is it because I'm bending over the desk to look at it through a camera, or what? How fast does it compress and decompress compared to the new MacBook? It did encode a little faster. It's about like 0.4 or 0.5 frames per second faster. You ask for porn, Lewis tries to deliver. Dude, yeah, I'll show you the inside of an elephant. Does the adapter work with the update for USB-C installed in the MacBook? Okay, we'll install the update and see if the third-party dongle works. Let's check that. Exit now. I gotta say, honestly, the touchscreen kind of puts the Razer back in my good graces. Because that's the thing. You can, no matter how much money you want to pay with the MacBook, you can't get a good touchscreen. And this is something that pisses me off with the Lenovo. So this is, yeah, watch this. Well, let me show you what drives me nuts with Lenovo. I'm not kidding. This is the only reason that I haven't bought a new laptop. The only reason. So let's go over and check out the Lenovo P50. This was the laptop of my dreams. It has a track point. It's liquid resistant. You can drop shit on it. The keyboard feels good. Now let's say I want a 4K touchscreen with Lenovo. This is what pisses me off about Lenovo so much. So let's try to customize this. View or customize models. Let's say I go for the most expensive Lenovo there is. I want a 4K or even a 3K touchscreen, right? And I scroll down, display. I can buy a 4K screen that's non-touch. That's it. If I want it touch, now they have some touchscreen models they make some touchscreen models that are 1080p, but who the fuck wants 1080p in 2016? That's disgusting. Like, look, like if I want to buy their best workstation, like let's go up to the $4,200 workstation over here. $4K non-touch. Thank you. Now, if I want to get a 4K touchscreen with Lenovo, I can if I buy one of the other ones, but then you get this shitty-ass Ultrabook processor. So let's see, where do they have the Yoga here? All right, ThinkPad Yoga. Yeah, so over here you get 2560 by 1400 with touchscreen, and if you buy the regular Yoga, let's find the regular Yoga here. Yoga 900. If you buy this, where's tech specs? Yeah, see, you can buy a 4K touchscreen, but you get an Ultrabook processor. So let's see, what processor do you get with this Yoga? Tech specs. Yeah, give me yeah, it's the Ultrabook class one. Because this is the graphics with Intel HD 620. So with Lenovo, you get to choose between a powerful machine and no touchscreen, or a weak machine with a touchscreen. You can't choose the powerful machine with the touchscreen. And a lot of people will say, well, the touchscreen is just for screwing around. It's a gimmick. It's not for people who do business. But I do business. I use my computer for schematics all day long. Like being able to do this and this and that. I mean, do you know how much easier 90% of my day would be if I could just do this and swing around? So that's what kind of pisses me off, is that there's not a lot of manufacturers making 3K or 4K touchscreens that are on machines that are workstation class. Because I can't do my real-time streaming and encoding on this thing. It's just it's not gonna work the way I want. I would want the higher end processor, but nobody gives it to you. No, 4K is pointless on a tiny monitor. I would agree with you besides schematics. When you start using schematics, it is because you zoom in all the time, and you also want to be able to see as much info on the screen as you can. So if I can see if that's 0402 or 0603 without having to zoom in further, that's pretty cool. And like the one thing I like about Jason's laptop, I'm not a big fan of Dell. You get the 4K touchscreen. In addition to the 4K touchscreen, you also, or the 3K or the 4K touchscreen, the high-res touchscreen, you also get a quad-core processor. All these other companies that are giving you the 3 or the 4K touchscreen are giving it to you with a dual-core processor or an Ultrabook processor. But let's see. Palm rejection. Palm rejection. Let's go over palm rejection. All right, so now the palm rejection that we saw on the MacBook was pretty fucking amazing, and you know, the trackpad on that was pretty amazing. Now we are going to be doing this with the paper towel under it, so that may fuck up our palm rejection. Let's check it out. All right, so which screen will have that? So over here plus this. So I'm going to shrink myself here. No, I'm shrinking the wrong one. Shizzle. All right. So this is up. Most secure password in the world for my test account. My passwords are this super complicated, confusing shit for every other account I have. Like literally every account that I have uses a different password for something. But for testing, it's always 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember how Podesta's email password was something like password? Anyway, so you can see my palm. You can see the mouse. So I'm moving the mouse around, and now my palm touches the center of the trackpad. Now my palm is moving around while I'm drawing in a circle. All right, so if my thumb, let's say my thumb is in the space bar. Let's say my thumb is on the space bar, my hand is on the keyboard, and my hand is sitting on the trackpad, right? Now, one thing that can happen if my thumb becomes lazy is that it lands in the corner of the trackpad, and when that happens, it's going to kill it. So I'm kind of curious how the MacBook is going to handle that. So the palm rejection on this is actually really good. The palm rejection on the Razer is really good, but if I troll it by my thumb slipping from the space bar slowly onto the trackpad, it fucking cripples it. And that's a common thing, for me at least. So let's check the MacBook and see if it does the same thing. So I'm going to put my... Now, we already saw that the palm rejection on the MacBook was really, really above and beyond great. But I'm going to see if it can also reject my finger in the corner as well. So we're going to plug it into the special snowflake adapter. And let's get on the screen here. I'll install this update to see if it works with the third-party adapter in a second. So I'm moving the mouse in a circle. I'll have my finger on the space bar, and now it moves to the corner. But the MacBook's too smart for that shit. Let's see what happens in a folder. Let's see if it starts. So multi. Let's see. I should open a browser or something. Let's see. Make sure we have our porn all off of here. Don't want to... We'll just get rid of all the porn that we have on the screen that we had in between there. All right. Okay, so let's see if it gets confused with multi-touch like the Razer did. So I'm moving around in a circle, and my palm lands, and it's like my palm didn't even land. I'm moving my palm around, and I'm in the opposite direction as my finger, and it doesn't even fucking notice it. It's like not even at all. Now I have my thumb on the space bar, and I'm going to do that lazy thumb thing where my thumb eventually just leans in the corner of the trackpad, and it doesn't notice it at all, and it doesn't fuck up multi-touch. So my thumb landing on the corner of the trackpad on the Razer screwed up multi-touch a little bit, but my thumb landing on the corner of the trackpad on the MacBook doesn't screw up anything. And as you can see, multi-touch works, and it's not getting tricked at all by my thumb landing there. So the trackpad on the MacBook it's not like 10 times better than the Razer, but it is for certain better than the Razer. Definitely better than the Razer. Razer trackpad has nothing on the MacBook trackpad. Which keyboard is better? Razer. How's the build quality between the two? Well, you want me to bend it? You want me to do a brake test? They want me to do a brake test. A bending test. I'm sure the person who owns this won't mind. Yeah, fuck that. I have to, yeah. I'm gonna get the Razer. Ah, let's open the bottom of this and see what it looks like. Do you like touchpads without buttons? I don't like touchpads, man. I like track points. Track points. I need my track point. What else do we have here? Please check Pornhub. I need to know. Can it run meat spin? Ah, I said I was going to do the update on this. Okay, I got to do the update on this for USB-C. I'll run the updates for USB-C. Huh? Let's see. Let's plug it in and see. That's what I was going to do before I put this back on the desk to open it. I wonder if the update will allow this to work with something but the special snowflake adapter. Because we've proven by now that this adapter, again, you can shit on it all you want. This thing works just fine with other machines. All right, so where are the... So let's see what it says on screen here. OBS, shrink me. The USB-C multi-port adapter update improves the compatibility and reliability of your USB-C multi-port adapter. This update is recommended for all users. For detailed information about this update, visit this website. Nothing particularly interesting. All right, well, we'll install the update. We'll install it. Well, it's a super secure password there. We're optimizing my system for installed software. Can you compare screen quality side by side? I'll try, but honestly, in this office with this lighting, it's going to be funny. I just have to open up a picture on each. All right, let's restart. I'll unplug this thing. And once it restarts, we'll plug in the special snowflake adapter. I mean, the non-special snowflake adapter. He finds trolls but ignores the good chatters. Yes, it's a conspiracy. You're a victim. You're a victim. I did a video about that yesterday. You are a victim. It couldn't be that I just read the chats that I see on the screen at the time that I scroll. It must be that there's a conspiracy against you. Do you think someone at Apple is paid to watch what you're saying in your streams? I don't think that any public company would waste money on something like that. I mean, really, what the hell would the point of that? What? Yeah, the people who work here don't even want to watch and be in this shit, much less. All right. So we got the special snowflake adapter. Let's plug in the regular one now. It's rigged. Who do you think will win the election? Most likely Crooked Hillary. Open them up and see which one is built better inside. I opened up the MacBook before. Let's see what we get with the knockoff. Oh, Lewis, it'll be fixed with a software update. You won't have to use the snowflake adapter if you do a software update. Yeah, you will. Any more updates? Any more updates? Fine, we'll update some more. You want some more? I'll give you some more. Anybody listen to that song, Dynamo Hum by Frank Zappa? Off, what was the album? Dynamo Hum was off Overnight Sensation. Would you like some more? I'll give you some more. Let's restart again. Foul. Please fix the screen. Please fix the screen. Dude, ask. That's not me. Keep in mind. Do keep in mind. If you buy a Dell, a Razer, any other brand, you have the freedom of choice to buy whichever USB-C to USB and HDMI adapter you want. If you buy an Apple, if you buy a MacBook, you'd better fucking use the adapter that they sell you at the price that they want to sell it to you, because it's not going to work otherwise. You need to use the snowflake adapter. The snowflake adapter. I'm sorry, I thought Thunderbolt 3 and USB 3.1 were standards. My bad. I had no idea that that was an Apple exclusive thing. I had no idea. I thought that this was supposed to be something that was... Man. Okay, let's install the next update. We're going to let this sit here and install updates until it just works. Because this is supposed to just work out of the box, right? That's the whole Apple thing. It just works. It just works, right? It just works so well that I have to spend all day installing updates so I can use a fucking dongle I bought at the store. That triggers me. That just triggers me. You know why this triggers me? Story time. About 2 or 3 years ago, I went on a vacation, right? And I wasn't expecting to meet anybody, but I met this girl, had a good time. You know, we had a good time. She came back to my hotel a few times, and we were going to go on one last date before I went back home, and I wanted to watch a movie, right? And I brought my ThinkPad T520 with me to watch the movie. I forget the name. I forget the movie that I had. It was Memento or something. It was either a Guy Pearce or an Ed Norton movie. I think it was Memento. And we're going to watch it on Friday night after a date. And the thing is, I didn't bring my adapter. I didn't bring my display port to HDMI adapter so I could plug it into the television. So I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? And like, I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's not like New York where I can just, get on a train or, I can run half a mile to this Best Buy or this Apple store. It's like, the closest electronics place is like 20 miles away. So I find this little like shitbox hut at some like little strip mall about a mile away. And they don't have any official branded adapters. There's no Apple Store or anything like that. I buy this cheap-ass, shitty cable, this shitty little display port to HDMI cable. I go back home, and once we're done having dinner, I can then say, do you want to see a movie? Would I have been able to do that if I had a MacBook? No. This thing would have fucked up my ability to finish my date. Like, I'm serious. Like, that's an honest-to-God story. Like, this, if I had a MacBook Pro from this machine instead of a ThinkPad T520, I would have went to that store, I would have bought the adapter, it would have flickered, and the girl would have said, you know what? I was prepared to have a fun evening with you, but you don't have your fucking dongles and your peripherals straight. So if this dongle doesn't work, then, how do I know the rest of your dongles work? You know how bad that would have been? You know how bad that would have been? That would have been terrible. This would have been... Yeah. This would have been terrible. That actually wound up being an absolutely god-awful, bad, short relationship anyway. But still, imagine the fun that wouldn't have occurred. Imagine the fun that wouldn't have occurred. It's like those situations where the whole "it just works." It's those questions where like the "it just works" thing is like, it just works, except for when I need it to. I'm sorry, I love your videos, but that's a shit story. Oh well. You hit X. We have nothing to do while we're waiting for the update. We're waiting for our update here. And that is a true story. But like when people say you can just buy the Apple adapter and it works, I mean, what if you don't have an Apple store nearby? Or what if you just don't want to pay the premium for their adapter? What if you don't want to pay the premium for their adapter? Okay, we're almost done booting up. If you don't work with this adapter at that point, that's going to be lame. Do you think that the YouTuber TechRax is a piece of shit for wasting that much products? I wouldn't say piece of shit. I wouldn't say piece of shit. I would say that it does kind of make me sad that that like people could have used that stuff and he threw it away. And we're still waiting for it to start up. See? This is going to take a while. Question, did you get laid? I don't discuss my sex life on YouTube. There's a limit to what I discuss on YouTube. Please rerun the benchmark. I reran every benchmark over and over. I am going to have to put the results in the description. You probably won't care about the premium for the adapter if you already bought the MacBook. Yeah. The Russians are behind the dongle problems. You have any stock investments in relation to the presidency? I would buy more Lockheed Martin if Hillary wins, and I'd buy more CXW if Trump wins. I still think that Hillary is not going to do shit about the private prisons, but Trump is definitely not doing shit about the private prisons. How is the audio? The MacBook audio kicks the crap out of the Razer audio. Oh, the Razer speakers. Oh my god. So bad. 12 minutes remaining? What? I have 12 minutes to kill. I have 12 minutes to kill to answer your question. How is the touchpad on Razer compared to MacBook? They feel the same. It's only when you accidentally put your finger in the corner of the Razer, like, as I said, if you have your finger on the spacebar on the Mac, and then your finger gets lazy and it lands in the trackpad, with the Mac, no effect. With the Razer, it fucks it up completely. So the Razer and this trackpad are identical if you have good hands. If you have hands that are shitty like mine, and your finger lands from the spacebar to the trackpad, it fucks it up. It's just terrible. So this definitely is not as good at rejecting silly movements as the Mac is. But then again, to be fair, none of the PC manufacturers have a trackpad that does that. Apple is the only one that has what I would call an acceptable trackpad. And I say acceptable rather than good because I just can't say good to a trackpad. Does the logo glow? It does. Does Apple need a dongle to use its screen? Absolutely. The MacBook, this has USB-C, USB-C, and a headphone jack. So if you want to use an external monitor, you have to buy this adapter. This adapter was $80, then $70. Now it's $50 because people ain't having that shit. But still, if you're not near an Apple store and you need an adapter in a pinch, you cannot just go to some random store and buy the adapter that's going to work with every other computer on the market. You have to buy the Apple Snowflake adapter. My girlfriend is good at rejecting silly movements. Okay, that guy from before that said I'm good at reading the bad comments is right. Why do the bad comments always show up in the part of the screen I'm focusing on? Please look up the Dell Precision 5510. It has a touchscreen, quad-core Xeon. Hey, okay, let's look this thing up. What does this have? I do have some time to kill. Precision 50... Does it have a track point? It doesn't have a track point. I'm sorry. I need my track point. I need my track point. Give me my track point and my touchscreen. Give me both. Your opinion on the big all-in-one machine from Microsoft. I haven't tried it, but I'm not a fan of all-in-ones. Can you use the Apple dongle and adapter with the Razer? I'm pretty sure you can. But hey, that's a good question. I do have some time to kill. We have 10 minutes remaining until that update finishes. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we're going to use the Apple dongle with this. We're going to put this over here. Another thing that sucks, they removed MagSafe. So if I pull this, I can just I can either break the port, break the charger, or rip the machine on the floor. MagSafe actually made sense in a lot of ways. Okay, so where's HDMI? You break, I fix, says get smarter followers. Good, hey, good luck with that one, man. All right. Yeah, so the Apple adapter works with the Razer, but the non-Apple adapter doesn't work with the MacBook. What else do we got here? What questions? Repairability on Razer. I guess we should open the Razer. Let's turn the Razer off and open up the bottom and see what it looks like. What webcam do you use? I don't use a webcam. Webcams are so 2002. How much pull-ups in one set can you do? I don't do pull-ups anymore for calisthenics because it doesn't really do much. Well, I mean, I could do 18 or 20 pull-ups and, you know, like with wide grip, and it doesn't. Like after a while, it just becomes cardio. Because in the beginning, I remember the first time I tried to do a pull-up, I'm like, and I wasn't going anywhere. Like it was a joke. And then I got to do 1, and I'm like, yeah. And then I got to do 2, and then I got to do 3, and then I got to do 5, and then I got to do 8, and then I got to do. At some point, it's not even a workout anymore. So I do weighted exercise for my back. Don't buy an Apple laptop if don't trust in that computer. What? I think I get what you're saying. So let's see what type of screws they use in the bottom of this thing. So what are they using? So this is T6 is too big. So we're going to try and find a T5. We're going to find a T5. Did Jason steal my T5? He fucking stole my T5. No, I stole my T5. Why am I always blame Jason. You always blame the new guy. You should test Siri versus Cortana. Cortana's kind of a piece of shit. Question, do you still eat vegan? Have you had any issue? I haven't had much of an issue. You just got to find foods you like. So I'm about almost a year in, actually. I think I'm a year in. He is taking out the Razer's virginity. We sure are. And as you can see... Ah! Damn it. Crotch cam. Fucker. Why doesn't anybody tell me of this stuff? I know why nobody's telling me of this stuff. Yeah. Ah, you bastards. You bastards. You can install El Capitan in the 2016 MacBook Pros. It doesn't have Thunderbolt 3 drivers. Well, you can't... Yeah, it doesn't even boot into an El Capitan install. What do I need to learn, or what schooling do I need to diagnose and repair stuff? I like what you do. It's not school. You just need to be good at solving puzzles, and you need to be good at researching things on your own. Okay. But yeah, I didn't go to school for this. Question, would you cook meat for somebody else who isn't vegan? You really don't want me to cook anything, honestly. My dad is a professional chef. He's very good at it, and yeah, I'm not a chef. Okay, let's take a look at what this thing looks like on the inside. So, where do we have everything here? So this is the battery. So a good portion of the machine is the battery. This is the RAM. So notice that the RAM is soldered onto the motherboard. So for a lot of people who are criticizing Apple for that, I know a lot of people criticize Apple for it, but the reality is that every manufacturer is going the way of soldered on RAM. It doesn't make sense to have a slot. A slot is another area that can fail. And realistically speaking, I mean, like I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, but like with laptops, I mean, the CPU is already soldered on. You can't replace the motherboard with a newer one inside of a certain generation laptop. So, I mean, like, being able to go from, like, 16 gigs to 32 is not going to make the hugest difference if you're 8 or 10 years after you bought the machine. It's still going to be obsolete. It's just going to be obsolete with a little more RAM. So, it looks like to me, I mean, do you guys see a RAM slot here? Because I don't see a RAM slot where you can add anything. I see this, and this. I see what looks like a wireless card over here. So, this looks like a wireless card. I see a heatsink. It has two fans over here, which is actually pretty interesting. So you have two fans on one heatsink. So you have this regular size standard fan, and then you have this monstrosity fan over here. You have the SSD over here. This is standard M2, so you can buy whatever SSD you want. So let's say they come out with a much faster PCI Express SSD later, you can upgrade to a much faster PCI Express SSD. And again, as time goes on, the RAM, but the SSD at least is upgradable. Why two fans? So that when people put paper towels under it, it still works. And as you can see, the Razer actually has vents under it. So this is one thing that I think Apple could learn from other people. See this? Under the CPU heatsink, there's a vent in the casing. I don't know if, well, you can see that. There's a vent. And under here, under the second fan, there's also a vent. So Razer believes in vents, which is, I guess the same as almost every other brand of laptop, but besides Apple. Sorry for asking twice. It's not showing my question in the chat. Which question? Unfortunately, we are at a point where there's too many questions for me to read them all at once. Damn, you called Cortana a piece of shit. What are you, sexist or something? No, I just don't like Cortana. I don't want any operating system checking my shit, and like the first time it happened was, I guess Ubuntu is the operating system that really just pissed me off with that. I install it, and I never asked for it to just show me links to random stuff when I started typing stuff in, but it did. I'm put off to any of that shit now. I don't want Siri. I don't want Cortana. I don't want Ubuntu's crap. Let me get shit myself. Don't give me an assistant. The last thing I need is another employee. No offense, Jason. Somebody asked about Cortana. I said the last thing I need is another employee. Jason gave me the evil eye. Jason doesn't want another employee either. How big is the battery? Let's see. What does it say on it? Let's put it. 4640 milliamp hours / 53.6 WH. Rated voltage 11.55 volts. Limited charge voltage 13.2 volts. Yeah, so 4640 milliamp hours. Internal battery. Well, the thing is, the battery in here is screwed in. The battery in the MacBook, I believe, is glued in. So Why 2 fans? Do you like the Surface? Not much. I suspect very few actually upgrade RAM in laptops. RAM upgrades are not really like. I understand wanting upgradable RAM if you bought one of those silly Macs where it's like 2 gigabytes, but this comes at 16. By the time 16 gigabytes of RAM is so bad that you can't use the computer, even if you put 32, by then everything else in this is going to be up. Hello. Ah, what did I just do? Huh. It seems like I unplugged my main screen. Yeah, when I banged the desk, I unplugged my main screen. I wonder if that froze my stream. This setup is such a joke. How the hell am I streaming off of this and it actually works? Alright, let's see if the MacBook rebooted itself, so we're going to see if all those updates managed to do anything. Huh? Ah, here we go. Back to where we were. Yeah. So where was the chat? Let's check the chat before we go back there. Ubuntu doesn't do that anymore. It's disabled by default. Yeah, fool me once. Does MacBook 2016 work with Razer Core? Razer Core. Is that what's Razer Core? Is that oh, that's that external graphics thingy. I don't think so. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I mean, I read one person say that it didn't work, but again, that was me reading something on the internet. And you know what happens when you read crap on the internet. Put a screwdriver through the battery. Steve, should I put a screwdriver through the battery? Should I put a screwdriver through the battery?
I gotta say, that screen does look nice.
The MacBook screen really does look nicer than this one. We have to put them both next to each other later with something.
Yeah. No, use crotch cam.
Crotch cam. Yeah. What's the specs of your workstation? It's a 6-core, has 3.3 gigs. 3.3 gigahertz. I'm using a Note 7. Run away from it. What capture card are you using? I have to update that. It's the Magewell Quad HDMI. I was expecting it to be a piece of crap based on how bad the USB ones were. But it actually is much better than the Blackmagic. You'll notice my audio has not gone out of sync once. Okay. Alright, so we've installed all the updates. Let's see if the MacBook will work without the snowflake adapter. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready? Will it blend? Dude, I'm not doing that. No. When I log on to YouTube and a video makes me $10,000, I will blend test shit. Until then, no. When I log on to YouTube and it's like $10,000 a video, yes, I'll start blending all the shit in the world. Okay. Do you want to work without the special snowflake adapter? Are you working with the snowflake adapter? This would be really inconvenient if traveling and you need it and you're not by an Apple store. Alright, let's see what we get. You guys ready? You fucking piece of shit.
I actually had some hope there.
I had some hope too, but man.
Wait, so when you use the Apple adapter and the hard drive, does it shut down Wi-Fi?
I didn't go back to the Wi-Fi thing.
Oh, really? You gotta do that.
Let's see.
You want a hard drive?
No, I was just... Actually, yeah, give me a hard drive. Did you buy the Mac with Touch Bar? No. Of all the drives, you had to give me the one with this label on it? Are you fucking trolling me?
It's easy enough to show that.
What? Of all the drives, I'm not plugging this. Get the fuck out of it. Give me a drive that doesn't say this on it. What the fuck? I'm not plugging that in. Fucking shit. What are you...
Was that on stream?
You were this close. Next. Fired. You fucking troll.
Here you go. Whoops, one moment. No, I'm kidding. No.
Give me this. Get the. I'm so glad you don't manage the YouTube channel.
Alright, what is it, Jason? Gets fired. What version is that?
The sad part is we can't even say why. Yeah, dude. Okay, give me the other USB-C to USB 3 adapter. Yeah, I mean USB Type A adapter.
Oh, the small one?
Yeah, because it just clicks, man. You can't even use the drive. Listen. Let's try this one. Does it still? I can't. Dongle life is a trending hashtag on Twitter now. Another dot. You've gotta buy it. Sounds like a Honda from 2009. Do you think you may be able to get your hands on an Asus ZenBook? The ZenBook is shameful. You mean that laptop with the DC in jack that if a mouse walks over it, it rips it off and then it can't power on anymore? No, I mean the ZenBook is every ZenBook I've seen was a steaming pile of shit. Like at least the Razer was somewhat a contender in some way, but the ZenBook's build is fucking awful.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, Wi-Fi.
I totally know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
Come on, show me Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Did you see the LG Gram? No. That's the same thing.
Can't be joined. Move closer to the wireless router or run diagnot. The router is right there. The router is like 6 feet away. There you have it. So all of those updates don't do anything. Okay, let's plug the external hard drive in. So I've used this. I'm kind of curious. Are there electronics in this? Like, does this do anything or is this just pass through?
You can open it. We have two.
What?
We have two. You can open it.
Can you? How do you open this thing?
Dremel probably.
Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, it doesn't look like it does anything. It's just USB-C to USB 3 Type A.
Didn't work?
No, it said it can't connect. Move closer to the router, and now it sees another 30 Wi-Fi networks. So let's see what this adapter, external hard drive. Oh, there's another update. Look at this. Dude, Apple's watching the fucking stream. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You can't make this up. So you guys saw how I put all these updates on, right? Oh, look at this. There's another up. This is worse than Windows 10. Look, look, another update. There's another update. They're watching. If I do the timestamp, is this like 6:01 p.m. election day? So yeah, you have to use the snowflake adapter. I'm really interested again. Why does every other machine work with this one? It's not even like it works like poorly. It works perfectly fine with this one, but it doesn't work with that one.
HDMI works?
I mean, the other machines work with this, but the Apple doesn't. Yeah. Let's see if there's any notes for this one. Isn't this what I just installed though? I feel like this is what I just installed. I feel like this is the exact same thing that I just already installed. Yeah, call me nuts. I think I already installed this. Install update with adapter installed. Yeah, let's go for that. ZenBook, dude. Avoid. Yeah, I haven't tried the new one. If it's anything like any of the old ones, fucking avoid. Waiting for it to boot now. Boot. Boot. Excuse me. Why avoid ZenBook? What is wrong with build quality? Everything. Okay, just look at the DC jack on that. Look at the DC jack. Just pick up the charger, plug it into the DC jack on a ZenBook, and tell me that you don't think that that's going to break in a day. Those things are such shit. They're such shit. I don't think the Razer sucks necessarily. I just think that the Razer was disappointing. I don't think this to be clear, I don't think that the Razer sucks. I just think that I looked at the specs, I looked at their website, I tried this thing, and I was expecting more out of this than just to say it has ports and a touchscreen. I don't think the Razer sucks. I just think it was just a little disappointing for me. Boot, motherfucker. Look, dude, we're trying, man. We're trying to boot. We're trying to boot. I'm a Lenovo person, but again, as I said, they don't make a 4K touchscreen on a high-end Lenovo version, which is why I have 2 desktops and no laptop. I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait it out until somebody makes a laptop with the track point, 4K touchscreen, and track point, 4K touchscreen, proper processor. Spray it with Windex. Okay. New MacBook can only work correctly with USB-C adapters that have the Gen 2 Texas Instruments chipset inside of it. Yes, they only work with the special snowflake chip. Can you mention what's really going on there? I'm booting up after the update to see if it'll work with it, to see if the other adapter was still working funny. Who's winning the election, by the way? Would you recommend getting a fully spec 2015 MacBook Pro Retina 15-inch to avoid all the dongle crap? Yes. I would even go further and say I would suggest buying a 2014 version because you get a slightly slower SSD, which, again, you're not going to really notice. What you're going to notice is the hit to your wallet. Okay, I got my DDDD account. We're going to log in, and now I believe I've done every fucking update. So now that I've installed the update that I'm pretty sure Apple set up while I was watching the stream, we're going to see what we get. Are you stuck using the snowflake adapter? I give up. I tried. Okay. Just remember, folks, it just works out of the box and everything's easy, so long as you do things their way. Okay, so what else do we have in the chat? I think I'm about done here. We've gone over this for 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes. You obviously have the paper towel upside down, that's the issue. You have to blow in the card and slam it up and down a few times. No wonder. It's getting cold in here. I should turn the AC off. Screen comparison, yes. Okay, so that's the last part. So, Jason, you said you sent me an image?
Yeah.
All right. Was it on Google Chat on the...
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Huh?
I'll do it. I shortened it already.
Oh, it's shortened?
Yeah.
Don't drop it. I'll owe somebody a lot of money. You get bored of shitty questions every now and then. No, I love shitty questions. Shitty questions are the bomb. Alright, let's close up this Razer. And we're going to check out the screens side by side. I have a feeling the Apple's going to win. The Apple, I feel, is going to win. How do the batteries compare? Yeah, I have no idea. Do you want to watch them both in code FFmpeg or something, or like watch a Netflix stream? I could just keep this streaming all night with the machines next to one another and we see which one dies first. Why not check out the Razer Blade? Because this is what somebody chose to drop off. The Razer, Razer and Apple are not sending me these machines. Razer and Apple are not sending me things. This is out of the graciousness and kindness of the fan's heart. If somebody shows up, I can't say, man, why the fuck didn't you bring the one with the dedicated GPU for me to open and fuck with? It's not nice. Actually, a live stream of Netflix. I feel like a 9-hour live stream of Netflix would be a copyright infringement waiting to happen. I could live stream them playing Badger, 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 Mushroom, Mushroom. Stream the battery life. Yeah, that's a good. Steve, should we do a stream of battery life with the Badger, 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 Badger? Mushroom, Mushroom. Oh, that thing was hilarious. I love it. Turn it back on. All right. Let's see what this looks like by because that's the wallpaper?
Yeah.
So which camera should we show it in? This one or this one?
Oh, the bezel, you mean? The bezel.
Mushroom, mushroom. Snake. Oh, it's a snake. Okay, let's make some room on the shitty desk. What do you think the password is? It's as secure as Podesta's.
That's true.
I make up for the shitty passwords I use and everything else by using.
You should play a video as well.
Cameraman.
No crotch game.
God, this is a crutch game. All right, let's get the same picture on the Razer. And we'll screw with the brightness too. Don't ask me to measure nits or anything now, because that's. Da da da. The banana song, please. MacBook looks like shit. We'll see. Set up one for Trump and the other for Clinton and see which one dies first. What? The password is grab that by the pussy. YouTube comments. YouTube comments. Is that the Razer with the 4K 100% Adobe Color? Yes, it is. That is correct. Don't reveal your IP address on stream, Lewis. What if I like my IP changing? What if I like having my IP changed every now and then? Here's the thing. You're going to do that. You're going to DDoS me. After I get DDoSed, I get to call Time Warner and say, I had an hour of outage today. So my business internet is clearly not working up to what I'm paying for. I get to get $100 or $200 off my internet. Is it really that bad? Is it really that bad? I don't think so. All right, so this is such a shitty way to compare screens side by side. You can't tell shit. What the?
I mean, I gotta say.
You really can't tell shit this way. You have to be in person to tell.
The brightness all the way up.
The brightness is all the way up on this. And what about on this?
The brightness screen is brighter from what I see here, right? Well, let's see. I mean, I don't know if you can tweak these. This is the thing.
That's keyboard brightness. I'm an idiot. I'm a noob shit. I mean, you have to look at them in person. You really can't tell from a fucking camera staring at the screen.
Though, I definitely say the MacBook's better.
I mean, again, in person, the MacBook does look better to me.
Yeah.
The MacBook screen's.
You remember, the thing is, this one's at 12.5 inch.
It's still 12.5 inch, but the MacBook just has more natural blacks. It does looks less. What's your IP address, Lewis? 4.2.2.2.
No, it's over. But it's still a MacBook I go for.
Yeah, I'd go for the MacBook too. What if we get a video playing on each?
Actually, you should do that, yeah. Get some MKBHD one.
What should we play? Badger Badger.
Yeah. That's high res as well.
That's fine. Oh.
Just search, play some GoPro footage. Or drone footage. Yeah, just any drone footage.
With our fucking internet, you want me to do...
I have some...
Using a computer like...
Drone footage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's going to be easy to play because this has an SD card. Oh. Yes.
Do you have the USB drive?
Which one? Yeah, I have a USB drive. Yeah, we'll play some drone footage from Sonny's drone. Here, transfer it to this. Moi. This is going to be great. We're going to play some drone footage. If that microscope bangs into the screen of that Razer, that's bye-bye. Wow. Have you read the chat?
No, I haven't.
Hey, EV Blog is here. Hey, Dave. How are you? How's it going? All right, so we're almost to the end of this. We're going to play Jason's drone footage, and we're going to see what it looks like side by side. And then we'll... This is better than the election coverage. Dave, thank you, Dave. I'll take that as I'll do my best to take that as a compliment. You are sitting the wrong way. Live stream Badger Badger. What? This is question. A guy told me that Apple messes up older computers with each update, so you end up buying a new machine. What do you say about that? I would say yes, but doesn't everybody kind of do that? Like, remember what happened with Windows XP to Windows Vista? Remember what happened with Windows 7 to Windows 10? I mean, yeah, they do make it so the older machine doesn't work, but everybody kind of does that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that everybody kind of does it. Not everybody. I mean, you can use Linux with XFCE on a 15-year-old machine, and it's like pop, 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 pop. But yeah. We has footage.
Not yet.
Slow fly. Run Unigen. Actually, yeah, why are we doing this? I could just run the Unigen benchmark. But it's going to be at 1440 by 900, though. That's going to be lame as hell. Yeah, it's going to be lame as hell. You can't run it at a nice resolution. The drone footage is at least 4K. Why are the bezels in the Razer so huge? Oh my.
Yeah, it looks
Do you like Windows 10? I like... Why don't you have both computers play this stream? Because we're looking for actually... because of the internet that we have here. How do you like Lenovo ThinkPad Zeros? I like Lenovo's ThinkPads, except I want a 4K touchscreen, a track point, and a workstation class processor. And they don't do it. Hi, we'll be seeing the crotch cam view today. Very shortly, we'll be seeing the crotch cam as soon as it's done copying to Jason's USB drive. Windows 10 is okay when you turn all the rubbish off. I've had issues with it works, and then I come in the next day and it doesn't boot, and then it works, and then it doesn't boot, and it works, and it doesn't boot. And then I go to Windows 8.1 and it works again, and it works again, and it works again. So for me, I use Windows 8.1 because it just happens to work. Is Razer's QA and customer service that bad? I've never dealt with them, so I can't say one way or the other what their service is like. Don't they put quad cores in the ThinkPad T460p? They do, but does the T460p... The T460p is... No, get out of here. That's not even a workstation. Don't even call that a workstation. They don't even put Thunderbolt on that piece of shit. They have USB 3, right? So for example, let's say I wanted to use this capture card I have right here. This is a quad HDMI PCI Express capture card. They make these boxes for $250 that take a PCI Express card and allow you to plug it into your laptop via Thunderbolt. The ThinkPad T460, and this is something, because people say I'm a Lenovo fanboy, and when you look at this, this is just fucking, this is sad. Let's go over to the Lenovo T460 so you can... This is such a piece of shit in so many ways. I wanted to buy this. I really did want to buy this laptop. I thought it was awesome because it had a proper screen. It has got a proper track point. It has the track point buttons and all that. Look at this thing. Watch this. I can go to buy the most expensive one of this piece of shit. And I wanted to buy this so bad. I wanted to buy one. Watch this. So we go over here. Let's go to... Where do we even start? Okay, display. First off, you don't get a touchscreen. No touchscreen. Fuck you. Secondly, storage. Let's go to storage. So the drive that you get by default is SATA 3. SATA, not even PCI Express, at $1,600. SATA. Fuck you. Thirdly, where's Thunderbolt? Where is Thunderbolt? I don't see any Thunderbolt on this. Let's see. Am I missing Thunderbolts? I/O ports, USB 3, DisplayPort, HDMI. Where's Thunderbolt? So if I want to plug my capture card into this, you're saying that I can pay $2,000 or $1,600? I can't plug my capture card into this? I can use that capture card with this MacBook or the Razer. No, Lenovo's fucked up their line so bad. No thanks. All right, so I'm gonna load this drone footage on here, and we're gonna play it on each machine so you guys can see what the screens look like before doing any calibrating or anything of that nature. So I'm going to copy this off. Is it in the camera roll folder, Jason? Oh wait, no, I'm being an idiot. I'm being an idiot. I wasn't even looking at the right folder. All right, we're going to copy you to desktop. Get that fast USB stick, and then we're going to do the same thing with the Apple. T460p. That, like, Lenovo triggers me now. They fucking trigger me because they make liquid resistant, drop resistant, strong laptops with a track point, and they do these stupid little things that fuck it up. Yeah, we're copying it on, and we'll play them side by side. Let's see. Yeah, so this camera over here, Dave, this is the Sony NEX EA50, and this over here is the Sony A5100. The 5100 is much cheaper, but it doesn't have any audio ins or anything like that. You can't record video from it very well. But I definitely wouldn't... If the Sony A5100 existed when I started doing this at $498, I definitely wouldn't be using this one. But you live and learn, and technology moves on. Is it possible for a Mac to become slower due to improper hardware repair? Yes. So okay, let's go over that. Firstly, sensors. So if you run the Apple Service Diagnostic and any of your sensors are not working properly, it can work slower. The second thing that's going to do it is called the management engine region. So if you have anything done with the BIOS of the machine, so there's a handshake. So you know how when you connect to an SSH server, I might as well get moving on this. When you connect to an SSH server, it does that thing where it authenticates. You know, it says, okay, here's the handshake, here's some key or something like that, and your machine then authenticates to the server, and it stores a key. The same thing occurs between the PCH and the BIOS. This is... fuck it, I'll move it into place in a second. The same thing happens with the BIOS, right? So if you change the BIOS without copying over the old ME region or having a clean ME region, which mostly happens with hacks that are trying to get around the EFI password, the people that, when that happens, it'll run really slow. And the sad part is that often doesn't show up in a test. You'll have no idea that it was like that, which is why I try to avoid buying shit off eBay or anything like that. Because most people don't know how to EFI unlock properly without screwing up the ME region. Most people don't know how to do BIOS things without screwing up the ME region. And I don't really understand what the benefit of the ME region is or why you would make it slow if the ME region changed, but on all the Intel Core i5, i7 platforms, it does that. So I'm using to copy this onto the desktop, I am using my Snowflake dongle. We're going to copy these files, and then we're going to have this footage playing side by side on both machines. And maybe I'll try to make it a little bit more level while they're playing. If you had to use one, would it be the Mac or the Razer? It would be the Razer. Yeah, I would choose the Razer. But do understand it took me about 3 seconds of thinking to come to the conclusion of me using the Razer. Which is faster for most laptops, 10 or 8.1? In my experience, 8.1. It's faster in terms of you won't have to spend as much time troubleshooting random silly stuff. Is there a laptop you actually like? I want a modern version of the T520. I don't think anything of HTC phones. I haven't used one in a long time. ThinkPad P50 and P70 has Thunderbolt 3 and M2 drives. Yeah, but you don't get a 4K touchscreen. If I said, here, Lenovo, here's $10,000, give me a high-resolution touchscreen, they don't do it. I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars on a laptop and not get a touchscreen, because I know it's something I want, and I know it's something I'm willing to pay for. So I will wait until one of them makes one. Okay, so let's play the drone footage from both, and let's start it from the beginning on both. I'll try to... Okay, start from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Who cares that the disk is not ejected properly? Shut up. You can actually see the reflections of my monitor, so I'm going to turn my main monitor off for a second. Again, this is really not something you should be judging over a camera. Steve, what do you think when they're next to each other? What do you think? Hey, you're not full screen. Go full screen. Look at the trees. The trees in the MacBook, like you can see the individual leaves much easier than you can on the Razer. Like look right over here on the MacBook and then look at the Razer.
The color of the Razer is like a little bit darker.
The Razer does look a little...
The water. See that?
Yeah, I feel like the MacBook is just more detailed, which is funny because the MacBook is actually lower resolution.
Yeah, really. I don't know.
I mean, it's not like you're going to choose one over the other for the screen. That's for sure. Because there are some laptops where the screen looks like total shit on one and great on the other. It's... Like, what if we turn off this? Huh. Yeah.
This camera sucks at this.
Yeah, this is bullshit. This is not... MacBook? Razer. MacBook? Razer. This you have to be in the room. This is, but you get my point though. You're not going to be choosing one over the other for the damn screen. You're definitely not choosing one over the other for the screen, I'd say. I mean, if you want a touch screen, here's what I would say about these two. This is a touch screen, this is not. If you're going to make a decision based on the screen, don't make a decision based on the actual video quality, because it's so close, it's not worth thinking about. The video quality itself is not worth thinking about. I would say make a decision on the screen based on whether you want a touch screen or a non-touch screen. And now we'll switch back to the non-crotch cam. and go over some last stuff in here, and then it'll be time to get a burrito. Blame Jason for fucking up Lenovo's line of computers. It's probably his fault. Blaming him for everything is easy. What do you think of the OnePlus? I don't know, man. I never tried a OnePlus. The last HTC phone I had was the HTC Sensation 4G, and the screen looked like crap. Lenovo doesn't do shit. They just took over IBM's ThinkPad line and fucked it up. Kind of. Have you ever thought about not using such a bulky mic? This isn't bulky at all, actually. You look at it. It's like a coat hanger. Ah. They're trolling me with crotch cam. Ah. Yeah, see? It's like a coat hanger. What? I think I did. What is the OnePlus? What? Oh, I know the HTC One S is HTC. Yeah, you see what I know about cell phones. The One S is HTC. Okay, the One S was my last HTC, not the Sensation. Time to get roasted. Time to get roasted. OnePlus is an HTC. Okay, I don't know. One way or the other, I haven't tried that fucking phone. I have no idea. OnePlus. I'm a noob. What can I say? What do you use touchscreen for? Schematics. Schematics and board views. Everything else touchscreen is a joke to me, but I like touchscreen because of schematics and board views. Why does it seem that even though Macs have less impressive spec, they seem to perform smoother and in certain aspects faster? That's a good question, but here, it's interesting. The graphics does kick the crap out the Razer. I don't know about the OnePlus, man. This is my phone, right? See this? This phone costs $150. I can throw it at a wall. I can drop it in water. It's boiled while I was boiling my broccoli, and it still works. I have no reason to ever try something but Motorola. Motorola has me as a customer until they fuck something up. But even then, I would forgive them if they fuck something up because it's such a good phone. Would you buy an HTC phone if it had a track point? You're trolling. XPS versus Razer, since they both have a touchscreen, which one is better? Well, I wouldn't say that it's a fair comparison. The Dell is much bulkier than this. The Dell is definitely bulkier than this. However, the Dell has a quad-core processor, so I would go for the Dell. I don't really care about the bulk that much. I would go for the Dell. MacBook Pro 2016 or Razer Blade Pro using Premiere Pro. Okay, if you're using Premiere, I already feel bad for you because it crashes constantly. Like the only video editing program that crashes more than Vegas is Premiere. You'll get, if you buy the Razer Blade Pro Max, you'll get better. I imagine it's going to be better at graphics and everything than the MacBook is. I mean that's really up to you. Like the big question there is not the specs. It's do you want to use OS 10 or Windows? And also the dongle thing. Like again, do you want to be tied to this stupid little dongle? I just find the Razer to be more convenient. Is 16 gigabytes of RAM too little for this MacBook? I don't think so. Could you open up and compare the snowflake adapter with the other? Yeah, let me get this. Let me get the damn USB out of here. Actually, the snowflake adapter's USB port is pretty strong. All right, so yeah, let me get my screwdriver. So how do we open this thing? Show me where the screws are, man. Show me where are the screws? Where's the... What do you think of HP's EliteBook line? I can't take HP seriously. They've fucked up for so many years for such a long period of time. Even if they produce the best thing in the world, I would think twice before buying it. Can you do a comparison of disk performance? I did. The Razer seemed to get smoked by the MacBook. The Razer definitely got smoked by the MacBook in both the benchmark Not only the benchmark, but also the just regular file copying. Burn it open. No. Hammer. No. What are the chances, Jason, you think you could open this adapter without breaking the inside chipset? Well, maybe we'll save the teardown of this thing for another day. Is the RAM and HDD upgradable on the Razer blade? Hard drive, yes, and the Razer, on the Razer, the RAM is soldered in. So no upgrading the RAM on the Razer unless there's a RAM slot that I'm missing, but I don't think there's a RAM slot that I'm missing. OLED touchscreen sounds terrible for, What internet provider do you use? Time Warner Cable. Do MacBook Pros deserve the hate they've gotten? It depends on the model. Does the 2013 MacBook Pro deserve hate? Not really. Does the 2012 MacBook Pro and 11 deserve hate? A lot. Does this one deserve hate? A good amount. Some deserve hate, some do not deserve hate. All the mods left a long time ago. Why don't you use an iPad for viewing schematics? Because sometimes I have to Control F to find things, and I don't want to use one of those funny portable keyboards. It's odd, like finding out where to put it on the desk. I'd want it to just be right in front of me with my main monitor. I also like to view the schematics and show them to you. So every now and then I do this, and I show everybody. And well, really, like when people wonder why I ban stupid shit, like get out of here. But I like to show the screen every now and then, and doing that with the iPad would be a little bit more difficult with workflow. What's so bad about the Mac 2012 model? Dying graphics chips, man. Dying graphics chips. The extended warranty is going until the December 31st of this year. The 2011 MacBook Pro also has hate because of dying graphics chips. I don't add you on Steam because I have I can't, there's not a checkbox. So if there was like a little thing that said add all and all the people who friend requested me, I could just add them, I would. But you have to click like 4 times on each individual person that friends you. And at this point, I have something like 900 people that friend requested me. So that would come out to about 3,600 clicks, which I just don't, if I did 3,600 clips before I played Dota, I wouldn't even be able to play Dota. Disk performance we did before. We already did the comparison. I'm gonna have to put it in the description. I'll put it in the description where we did the disk comparison. But the Razer got spanked by the MacBook. 26 seconds to copy a file on that, 12 seconds to copy on the MacBook, and then everybody said, "Oh, but it's the file system, it's the copier." So I decided to use the benchmark, and the MacBook still smacked the Razer. At least on write speed. On read speed it was but on write speed, Razer got spanked. Did you run graphics tests? I did. And the Razer performed on par with last year's A1502 MacBook, and the new MacBook spanked the Razer in graphics. By a few hundred points, actually. Is the 15-inch MacBook Pro a workstation? I don't know. If you're able to do work on it, it's a workstation. See, man, the comments are just, what? What are those speakers? TLCS 3.6. Alright. Questions are starting to get silly. Time to get out of here. These speakers, yes. TLCS 3.6. I like having nice speakers in my office. Doesn't everybody like having nice speakers in their office? I like having nice speakers in my office. See, I can. Let's see. I can do things like this with the speakers in my office. Much better than the MacBooks. No distortion at full volume. Yes, it is overkill. What do you think of Asus ZenBooks? Not a fan of them. Are you going to look inside? Yeah, I did look inside earlier. What I forgot to do while I was doing the stream is make timestamps for where all the benchmarks were, so I have to go back and do that, which is going to suck. Why priced higher than previous MacBooks? Because it's inflation, man. Inflation. Is it possible to fix laptop fixed by lightning? Usually no, and usually not worth it. It's Ruben de Ronde. What was the name of that song? What About You? Ruben de Ronde, What About You? All right. Time to get out of here. Time to get out of here. Time to get out of here. We are just about done for today. So that's it. And wow, holy crap, that's almost 3 hours of streaming. And I still haven't finished every question. Did you vote? I voted early, man. I voted early. I didn't have to vote today. So that's it. That's it. Time for a burrito. Time for a burrito. Jules knows what I'm waiting for. So long story short, too long, didn't read. Too long, didn't read. Let's just recap. This does not require dongles. This requires dongles. This will work with any dongle. This will only work with the special snowflake dongle. This has a removable, user upgradable, standard SSD, which is in speed. This has a user upgradable, but proprietary SSD, which is very, very fast, but good luck getting a good price on anything. There's not really a lot of choice when it comes to upgrading the SSD here. This has soldered in RAM. This has soldered in RAM. This processor performs a tiny bit better. The Razer has a slightly better processor than this one, but this one has considerably better graphics than this one. And what else is there? What else do we go over? Keyboards. Keyboards feel the same. Keyboards feel the same, but this keyboard is much louder than this keyboard. What else was there? What else did we miss? Screen. This has a slightly better looking screen than this. It's practically the same. It really is a matter of opinion which one you prefer more, but this is a touchscreen and higher resolution. I personally feel that you probably get a little bit more bang for the buck with this one, but I really was expecting the Razer to spank the MacBook, and honestly, in many ways, the MacBook kind of spanked the Razer. So it really is up to you subjectively what it is you want to buy. I can't tell you what to buy. I can just say that it's up to what you want and what you value inside your computer. And depending on what you value, that'll be, which one you choose. So that's about it. And now it's time for a burrito. Battery life. Well, dude, you want a 9-hour stream, man? We'll do a 9-hour stream some other time. I'll stream badger, mushroom later on, and we'll see which one is... But I probably have to give that back to the person that lent it to me. So that's